Hello, welcome to the Kristen Wolo Show. I'm your host, Kristen Volosinovich, recording live in the Gateway Hotel and Luxury Convention Center studio. Woo! So excited.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys stop. I'm about to get on my Eras tour, and, I don't want to get the early hype. Okay, so every year, my fellas, and now we have the beautiful Tracy. A rose in between two thorns, right? So every year you come on my show because this is such exciting times. So let me start by introducing Tracy Piggott, right? You are the boss. You are the director of the CanUSA Games and Crim Fitness program. Wow, that's a beautiful thing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And this is your first year?
Yes, first year as the program director.
You are among terrible company. We will pray for you. No, you are.
They're the best.
They are my family. They're my guys. And then next to you is Tony Sitko, who is what?
I think we forgot to do that for her.
For Tracy. Tracy Piggott. And then you are the chairman, and then we have Rooster, who's the co-chairman.
Thank you.
Jazz hands. Okay, I love this every year. I'm such a huge advocate, and I love these guys. Known them for decades. Grew up with Rooster my whole life. Spent plenty of years with Tony. And CanUSA is so close to my heart because both my girls played CanUSA. So one went over to Hamilton, and what's the word? We housed, what did we do?
Billet.
We billeted, I'm
Yep.
very worldly, Tracy. We billeted a Hamilton player whose mom was a correction officer, dad was a police officer. Wrong home. But we minded our P's and Q's years back. Mom, you know what our parents do? I go, reel it in. She had a great time. And then Meg went to Hamilton, and I was the only parent who didn't go. You're the only mom that didn't go. Honey, these moms live for these Tiger Mom stuff. I'm on the court with you every day. Okay? All right. Fair enough. So it's just really near and dear to my heart. But what's so exciting, and actually I'll start with you, Tony, is that how old is it? Let's start off with that. What number year are we on?
Well, the Greater Flint Olympic Games started in 1957. CanUSA Games started in 1958, so that puts us at 67 years for Olympian Games and 66 years for the CanUSA Games this year.
You guys are getting old. And who, my friend, was the founder of the CanUSA Games?
Well,
Do you know Rooster?
Mr. Frank Manley was
Frank?
the godfather of the games. Him and Charles Stewart Mott.
C.S. Mott, Mr. Manley.
Yep.
And
they had this AAU concept that they wanted to try and get some summer activities for all the 9 to 99-year-olds. And we had several sports. And then the following year, they patterned it after the Have Atlanta Games, which was between Havana, Cuba.
oh, wow, this is really, do you know this? You're going to get a history lesson.
In Atlanta, Georgia, and that was in 1958. And so we contacted Hamilton, Ontario, which had about 200,000 people, and Flint also at the time had about 200,000 people. So we had similar population, and then they decided to go for it.
Pretty cool. And you know who we had on yesterday, you guys? Coach Linnell. So she was talking too during that time about C.S. Mott, like the programs growing up in Flint being her story is pretty incredible, but how it was C.S. Mott was such an advocate in ensuring that these children, the Flint community, had these sports programs.
It was hopping back then.
That my dad tells me it's the greatest time in the world to grow up in Flint. But,
Yep.
Ridgeway's kind of carrying the baton and ensuring that these programs, it takes a village. And then Flint also, if you don't know, produces the most professional athletes in the country. So hopefully they come back and, give back to their community like a Kyle Kuzma or, whoever. Okay, so cool. When do they start? When does the CanUSA Games start?
Well, the Greater Flint Olympic Games are already underway. They began May 13th, and
Okay.
they go through July 27th. That's local competitions in 23 sporting event areas.
Okay, and is that for
Multiple age
older? I'm
divisions.
sorry.
Yeah, multiple age divisions, 9 to 99.
Isn't that amazing?
Boys and girls, all around town, Flint, Genesee County, different venues. We're still registering for individual competitions and some team competitions for those that have not began yet. Folks can get registered now and participate in that. And then by participating in the Olympic Games, you just may qualify to be selected to be an all-star athlete to participate in the CanUSA Games.
I'm in it.
Represent your country, represent your city.
I'm winning it. Curling.
Curling, there you go.
So I'm gonna go to Tracy. What brought you into it? You just had a passion for it?
So I actually was the
Did you get
program
roped
manager.
into it? I'm just kidding.
A little bit, no.
No, yeah.
I was the program manager for Crim Sports for the last 4 years. And
Sure.
this is my 5th year at the Crim. So when it was offered to me,
It made sense,
it
right?
did. But also, I mean, I played in the CanUSA Games. So for me,
it's family. It's
yes,
home.
it was such a big part of my life when I was growing up. And now to be able to be a part of it in this way on the other end just makes me want to make it better for everyone.
And it's just so bittersweet, and what a full circle watershed moment for you.
Yes.
Well, that was me, and I remember when we did it, we used to have to go to South. So let's talk about it. You go to the website, right? Is it more tech driven? You go to the website, right, Tony?
That's correct. We have our website up and running. Our registration
What is
is
it,
all
please?
online. You can visit at crim.org and find a link there to link over to the games. You can go
Perfect.
to crimsports.org/games. It'll link you over to our registration system, which is called Team Sideline. On there, you can find your individual sport area, click on it, register, sign up, pay your fee, and then start
Move on.
playing.
Yeah, excellent. Get your dates and all of that. We used to have to pack the kids up, meet Rooster and at Southwestern, but it was so fun because they got their badges.
Oh, yes.
Remember how fun that was? Those were great days, and it would be packed and so fun.
Yeah, we'll still, once we get finished with the Greater Flint Olympian Games and we select our CanUSA participants for our CanUSA teams, we're going to have that big day, that big event, just like you described, where we bring all those athletes together for an orientation for CanUSA, fill out all the paperwork for CanUSA, get your understanding of what you're
Cool.
going to do to bill an athlete from Canada for the weekend, and meet your teammates and fill out your forms and get your participant shirt for CanUSA weekend and all that good stuff.
You think I could get one, even though can you help me, Tracy? Yeah, you're the top of the food chain. And then there's that big ceremony, right? Isn't
The
it a
opening
big
ceremonies?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's very big.
Where is that at Atwood? Where is that?
No,
it's
it's
at.
Go ahead.
Tony, pull your mic back. You're just.
It's going to be at Door Financial Center on
Oh, wow.
August 9th at 12:30 p.m.
Not to tap into your events, but where it'd be cool is, but I bet it's a Bucks game. Is at Atwood. That'd be pretty neat too.
Yep, we held it at Atwood just a couple years back. And this time around, we're holding it at Dordt Financial Center. We like to spread it around town, so
Good.
we showcase different venues in different locations.
So look at me. I have a whole convention center. We'll see you next year.
Hey, I know we got some folks staying here that weekend too, so
We'll see you
We're
next year,
happy that
Tony.
they opened up.
Let me know your numbers. Put the contract together, and Lewis will get the menu. We'll see you next year. So what's interesting to me, so we have all those dates. We have the website, so we're checking off the boxes. Because I know in its inception, you have grown so exponentially. How many sports are there now? Because there's archery, just kind of give me a quick overview of some of the sports. Go ahead, Tony.
Well, it started off very, very small initially in 1958. It was a very few handful of folks that jumped in vehicles and went over to Hamilton and played. It's grown itself up into at least 35 different sport areas over the years. And then, of course, during COVID, we kind of shut down a little bit and had to do a virtual and then had to close down completely one year.
How do you do a virtual games with Hamilton? You made it happen.
We made it happen. Those sport areas where you could compete locally and then just send your results over to the other side and see how they matched up, we were able to do so.
Like swimming.
Yeah.
Over the time, this water is water.
Sure, but what about a volleyball or a tennis? Those had to be eliminated.
Anywhere
Okay.
there's an individual team sport or an individual competition where you physically had to be on site, we had to not do that. That year we suspended it for 1 year.
Well, thank God I curl because
Yeah, you got your broom and you're swiffing away at the ice, right?
I could have made a lot of Shirler, the curler. I should have bowled, to be honest. I went to the family bloodline of softball and baseball. I should have been Caitlin Clark. I don't know. Something went wrong. Okay, so getting back to it, that's pretty cool. And
So
now,
yeah, we were up to 35, and then we've been around 14, 15 every year right now.
Really?
Sporting areas, yeah.
so you kind of grew, and then you kind of scaled back a little bit.
Well, things like badminton are kind of not around much anymore, and so
What about
it's growing.
pickleball?
Pickleball is growing, so we're
Isn't
trying to get
pickleball
pickleball.
huge?
Yeah, pickleball's in this year.
What about archery?
Archery has taken a hiatus for the moment. We're looking for archery coordinators. If there's anyone out there that
Interview
shoots a good
over.
a good bow and arrow, we'd love to have you come and join us.
Look, I got you. See, head of archery. I don't know which one, but
One
it's
of
kind
those
of
two?
like Tracy being thrown in. I got you your archery and curling, and we're gonna bring, I don't know, other stuff back. Is there bowling?
Yes,
There is.
That should have been me.
should have.
I'd come inside, you know how to go to the edge, and then that's how Bernie, my grandpa, did it. So such excitement. It's in Flint because you know what? Last time you guys were on, right? This was like pre-COVID, right pre-COVID, at the Ferris wheel, and COVID was hitting, and this is when you were doing, you were making, whatever, you're being creative, right?
Plans, yeah.
And then, no, I know, ready? Way back, this is how far we go back, the water crisis. So Hamilton was
Oh,
to
yeah.
come here.
Right.
And their parents were freaked out, so I had to let them know, I'm in the burbs. We're in the burbs. We're fine. But what a scare. And how did you guys handled that very eloquently. Tell me, though, you faced some challenges.
Well, we did. Obviously, the city had its own issues to deal with, and we had likewise because we all utilized the same water source. So as the City of Flint went through the water crisis, we also went through the water crisis, and it raised concern from our guests from out of country. And
As it
as
should.
it should. When you're sending your children over to another location and you're not there, you want to make sure they're provided for. So we did everything we could to make sure that everybody had established bottled water and had water sources available at all the events and venues. We still get some of the questions now about how's the water, but the reality is, and we point them in the direction of all the statistics and all the testing, we have the safest, most cleanest water in the country
We
here in
really
Flint and
do.
Genesee County. It's tested,
We're
it's
the hub.
monitored so heavily that it's the cleanest and best water there is.
Thank you, Tony. So I'm going to shift it from the Tony Sitko show. I love him so much, but he's very well spoken and he's very knowledgeable. Give the microphone to that beautiful blonde, okay? So, in coming into this and joining a very well-oiled, very experienced group of men, and you're the only woman. I'm sure there's other women, but this is the crew. What has your experience been like in helping put this together? Pretty positive, I would think.
Absolutely. It's a great team of people that know what they're doing.
Yes.
And have done it for so many years.
That
and it's
helps.
been such a positive impact on so many people that I just want to be a part of it.
Well, and I think too, the simple fact that they've done it for decades, it just speaks volumes to just their passion
Yes.
to the community and the kids and the games. I mean, it's just really kind of electric, don't you think?
It's definitely a true jewel of the community.
I'm right, jewel of the community.
Jewel of the community.
Okay. Well, I mean, you and I can speak to this because I coached volleyball for 24 years and at Fenton and undefeated, and then came out of retirement because Mila started coaching. And I was like, what am I doing? And then I fell right back into it, and I went, okay, this is my purpose and calling. I've got to be with these kids. And I was coaching with Mila, so that made it extra special. Meg had a team too, but she got fired because she fought with the parents, the Lake Fenton parents, who were like, we're from Fenton, we're from Lake Fenton. And she said, well, so am I. So we were good. Meg's my biological daughter, and I was glad she got fired because she was driving me nuts. So me and Mila had a great time and bonded. But what I'm saying is, it just is it's got to be an innate passion. You got to feel it. Otherwise, you just wouldn't sustain this long. So you brought on the right partner, and she has the love and the passion. And she, you guys, you're not getting any younger, though you are very handsome. You'll be handing the baton over to the beautiful young blonde.
Real quick.
No, they can't leave me that quick.
Go, Tony.
Yeah, but this gentleman right here is actually the CanUSA baby.
I know he is. I wanted him to say it.
He's going to say it.
You wouldn't. Yes, ma.
Yeah.
Ridgeway.
His father was involved very early on in these games and was one of the original pioneers of the games. And so the games are
I know that.
66
You
years
know
old.
that.
And I'm not going to tell you this young man's age, but, he came
I already
around
know it.
shortly after the first games ended.
Was I conceived in Canada?
You, Hamilton,
Hamilton,
your dual citizenship.
sister city.
That's so funny. Actually, you're Asian. Oh my God, erase hat. I'm gonna get canceled. Take it out.
Did you say I'm ancient?
Yes,
There, keep it in then.
yes. So Rooster would ref for me, and I come up and I go, everything they hit is out. Everything they hit is out. And this is him holding his whistle. Everything's out. Our ball's in, even if they're out. We had so much fun growing up.
Oh,
we had
yes, we
so
did.
much fun. Cheese and Shannon and me and you and the
Yep.
whole group and all of Fenton, all those Genesee County kids. It was cool. Okay, so let's revisit it. This has been really fun. I love you guys. We support you guys. We have the website. We'll ensure that it is on the social media, okay? So what happens is we have a YouTube channel. This will be up in about 24 hours. It goes across all our social media platforms, and it'll start to live in every platform that you can get a podcast. And we're on TikTok,
Sweet.
and then we're on Instagram, and we have Facebook, and If I Ruled the World. So we will get this all out to anyone. We will work on like increasing your numbers, right? Helping sign people up, informing them, educating them, driving traffic to your website. Do people call you? Are you getting a lot of phone calls? Because there's an older demographic that's like, I don't want to mess around with this technology.
Absolutely. We welcome the TikTok. Never done a TikTok video before, so
Me
I'm
either,
happy
but
we're here doing a TikTok
we're
right
doing
now. People can call us for
TikTok
information.
right now.
Yeah, 810
Yes.
201 8459. That's our phone number in the games office. You can also reach us by conventional email, gfogcanusa at crim.
Okay, ready?
.org.
I'm fast, but listen. GFOGCANU.
SA.
Yes.
The GFOG is Greater Flint Olympian Games.
The CANUSA is CanUSA.
Thank you.
At crim.org.
Perfect. Okay. So we have the dates. We've already started some of the games, the upcoming games, the big award, the ceremony to launch the games. And then the plane, then going, Hamilton's coming here, correct? It's in Flint. That's going to be so neat. And then we're just really excited. We'll start, numbers are average right now?
Correct. Numbers are around 400 per team, so 400 Hamiltonians and 400 Flintstones.
So, and then you're looking like kind of fiscally year over year, we're kind of linear in that regard.
Right now, we're on about 100 participant increase
Oh, good.
over the last several years.
It's because of Tracy.
It's coming up because of Tracy, and after COVID, people are skating out
girl.
and they're doing things now.
Tracy's like making moves. She's taking you guys up the flagpole.
Right, we're always looking for volunteers, helpers, and sponsors. So
Look.
if you're interested in sponsoring or you're interested in donating to the cause,
Okay.
helping us out to put these games on, visit our website, give us a call, send
Tony,
an email.
I got a whole boots on the ground right there. Don't call my phone, I throw it. You know what though? I will help, but my back hurts, Tracy. I have helped and helped. But I will help. We will definitely help. So real quickly, thank you as usual. I love you guys. And let's talk a little bit about the CRIM because that's around the corner. CRIM training.
Yeah, I do want to mention that, we couldn't do this without all of our sport area coordinators.
100.
And all the coaches who
Yeah.
volunteer their time
Oh, I know.
throughout the summer. They're absolutely amazing.
And
Go
then, I'm
ahead.
sorry to interrupt, but lending you their sports facilities, handling logistics,
Yes.
letting the kids practice.
Yes, everything.
And because these kids that they're practicing, like even with volleyball or Arsenal, for example, they don't have the talent level or the skill set, you know what I mean? They come in or they're good, you never know. But, they come in and to play. I know when Meg played, Brent, she's on a national team. She's a national player. Brent put together the 1993 Dream Team with Isaiah and, Meg against Hamilton. But it was fun. But they practiced there, but it was hard to watch. It was like, oh. But Brent's competitive. But yeah, go ahead. Back to your point.
No,
you couldn't have done it with all the facilities.
Yeah, with everybody's help and all the volunteers, we couldn't do it. Also, we're doing something a little different this year. We're having a block party.
Now you're talking my love language.
We're doing that on August 3rd. We're going to get that information out. We're still finalizing the venue, but we really want it to be a combination of alumni and new players come together, tell their stories, and just have a fun day of celebrating the games.
Yeah.
And it is a fundraising event, so there is a cost to get in.
How much?
It's $15 to pre-register, and it'll be on our website.
We're out. Just kidding. I got us in there. But you know what's funny about that, to talk about like the history of the games, Like I know my memory as a mom, right? And what I did and had to get them ready and get them in the car and get them in Hamilton. They have their fun, like internal, really personal, giggly stories with each other. And they really bond with their billet. It's really neat.
Oh, yeah.
It's
In
so
fact,
fun.
Some of us volleyball guys, we've been in each other's weddings. So we're going to be golfing.
Do you want to be my date at Milo's wedding?
Vajo's going.
Bajos is my date. Milo won't let me not be my date. I go, I'm wearing champagne. He goes, I'm wearing black, like your heart. I said, rethink it. I'd like us to match a little bit. When we're dancing, don't get handsy. You think I want to come near you? And Milo won't let me get rid of him.
You're still a trip.
You think it was going to change?
Yeah, good point.
It's innate. It's in the blood. Thank you so much. And then thank you for that update. And then Krim, anything Krim you want to add?
Yep, the training programs are off and running.
Out and running.
Yes, we've had a lot of success. Obviously, this week there's been some weather warnings or advisories for the heat, so some of the programs had to cancel. But we're excited for the new bricks right in front of the Krim office.
Oh.
And then
Me too. 4 times a charm. Will they be done?
they are going to be done. This is the first time they've done them in front of our offices.
Me and Lainey stole a brick the other night. It's in my room. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one
If
too.
I'm going to suffer, I'm taking a souvenir.
Absolutely.
Okay, so cool. Like I told you, real fun fact, my dad painted the Krim, told me he rode on Bradley Hills. You got it, Chrissy, and that's the worst. Because what happens is, have you ran a 10 mile? Have you?
Dozen times.
I've done it 6. Have you? You have. We're not going to make Tony embarrassed. Have you ran it?
Yes.
Okay, ready? We can speak to this. Mile 1 through 3, ready? My Diet Coke was kicking in. Maybe I popped a Sudafed. I'm going to win this race. Northwestern band's playing. Apple bottom jeans with their trumps, and their moms are like, yeah, baby, yeah. And you're like, yeah. 4 through 6, ready? I start questioning why.
Yes.
Why every year? Why? Why? I'm like Nancy Kerrigan. Why? Get through the Bradley Hills. Live to tell. Now we're going by. Ready? The Williamsons' house through the mansions. Now you're mad.
Yep.
Because the wives are just cowbelling it in front of their mansions. Now you're mad you don't live in a mansion. Now you're tired. And they lie because they're like 3 miles or something. You know what I mean? You're like 3 miles. It's 3 million miles. You kid, and they're got their things, and I'm like, get that out of my face, Shannon. Then my favorite too, though, is Kettering. Bye. You get to the White Horse, and you're like, okay, I think, all right, I can do this. I can't do this. Then you see the bricks, I sprint the bricks. Like I ran sprinting the whole time. Eat a banana, Blackstones, White Horse, beers, never felt better. And you finish and it's dopamine, endorphins like you've never. I might have to run it this year.
You should. It's a great event.
Tracy, you've
I'll
upped the
be at the beer
numbers.
tent afterwards. You can come
You've
see me.
upped the numbers for these guys. Now you've got me running the crim. Who are you? You got them on boots on the ground.
I'm
They're-
pretty manipulative, aren't I?
I feel it. It's subtle. You just stare at me. I go, I'm in. Well, congratulations. They're very lucky to have you.
Thank you.
And you're lucky to have them. These
Yes,
two
I am.
fellas are two very special guys in my life. And they are huge difference makers in the community. And they're just really beautiful souls. So
Thank you.
congratulations. All right, you guys. I'm going to revisit this and then we're done, kids. Okay, August 9th, 10th, and 11th, right?
Right.
You can go on, ready, Tony? CanUSA at crim.org, correct? And you can toggle.
Correct.
See, I got this. Crim.org sports. Help me with that. Am I missing some backslashes?
Crim.org, or you can go to crimsports.org/games.
I knew there was I knew it, right? Games, I wasn't wrong. Okay, great. And then it's at Dordt Federal. We
Correct.
call it the IMA, Dordt Federal Credit
No, no.
Event Center.
No, we call it Dordt Financial Center.
Of course you do, because
Absolutely.
he's cutting a
That's what
check
it
to
is.
you.
That's correct.
Yep.
Okay, what date is that?
That is August 9th at 12:30 p.m.
And then how many people do you?
Oh, we're going to have more than 1,000 people there. Probably
12
about 1,500, 2,000
12:30?
people there.
Wow.
We'll be welcoming the CanUSA Torch, by the way, which will be leaving Hamilton on Wednesday prior to that. And the 245-mile trek will end up at Dordt Financial at 12:30.
It's going to be so fun. And once again, another just very celebratory, beautiful year. What's the weather look like? I know you've kind of pre-forecasted
Well,
it.
right now it's snow showers and no, I'm just
Look
kidding.
at Tony.
It's going to be nice. It's going to
So
be
you
nice, and it really
guys,
doesn't
my
matter
name
if it
is
rains because
Tony.
we're going to be inside.
Here's the
so.
Doppler. Well, good. Yeah, because you have I'm sure some contingency plans should
Yeah.
you run into anything.
Correct.
Okay, get to the website. The phone number is
810.
201-8459.
There you
So you
go.
can call. We've got websites. We've got dates for you. We'll make sure this is all on social media. Congratulations on your new role. Go ahead, Tom.
One last thing. Current overall results of the CanUSA Games. Flint, 33. Hamilton, 27, with 4 ties. Flint's in the lead. Let's see if we can do it again this year.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, you guys. Big thank you, Rooster, Anthony Sitko, Tracy, Piggott, CanUSA Games. Get there, live it, love it. It's amazing. And it's 5 million years in the making. Thank you so much.
Does that mean I'm 5 million?
Yeah, it does. You are Wax Museum, and they just brought you here and sat you like Weekend at
right.
Bernie's. Weekend at Bernie's. You guys, thank you so much, and thank you to my producer Zach. I'm nothing without him. My assistant Lainey, beautiful, beautiful Lainey. I hate you. Beautiful, beautiful Celesta. I love and hate you. And as always, viewers and listeners, this has been the Kristen Willow Show.